Today is I'm going to reveal some awesome music for you today. I'm going to show another little sneak peek of The Circle of Dead Children. And here we have Jonathan Kruk, who is our narrator, who's going to be performing this segment almost as if you were listening to a movie, and that's the point of cinematic metal. The idea is to encapsulate the listener into a world that is imaginary and in their minds. Now, of course, there will be an audiobook and an art book to go along with all of this, but this reveal, I want it specifically for the people who are a part of my private group, Dark Mythology. You guys are really, really at the heart of the fan base here of Homerik, and this kind of content pertains more so to you. So I will eventually release this video on YouTube at a later date, but not to worry. You guys get to hear it first, and that's the purpose of this. Dark Mythology is now a private group, so you have some exclusive benefits for being in this group, like listening to pre-release material. So I hope you guys enjoy. This is The Circle of Dead Children, a 33-minute, 3-second piece. Dante Alighieri loves the number 3, so that's why we have that. And I'm going to play an excerpt from that. And this is when Dante enters the final circle, treachery, and he finds Lord Satan at the center of it. So here we go. Let me mute myself, and then we will listen to it.
It's so cold here. Missing his trusty companion, Dante felt alone, vulnerable. A statue of the fallen angel lay on the shore of Lake Cocytus. An ice storm raged behind it. It clouded the center. Outside, encased in the sea ice, were more frozen spirits. Thrashing winds exposed them to varying degrees. "My name is Michael," replied the Archangel. "Leave this place, Dante. Lucifer's might is more powerful than any force in the Inferno." "Where's Virgil?" Dante shouted into the roaring winds. "Where's Virgil?" "Your friend is fine," answered the good angel. "He will be here soon. He called upon me to help you out of this deep danger. Leave this place." Satan, Lord of the Underworld.
The Blackest Soul.
Hey! There's a little sample of that for you. There's more where that came from, of course, plenty more. So yeah, this is not just an album. It's very much a cinematic, like, audio movie. Hoping that you enjoying what you're hearing right now. And leave some comments below. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. This weekend, I will be releasing a new video on YouTube. I've been releasing videos on YouTube every week, just so you guys know. You can go ahead and check that out on youtube.com/Homerik official. That will take you to our YouTube page. And there you're going to find weekly content. I do weekly episodes every Saturday Eastern Standard Time here in the US. At 12 p.m. I release my videos so that you guys can watch that. This topic will be about what makes a monster. And being that this is a dark mythological group, or people who are interested in such stories, I figured you might be interested in something like this. So let me know if that's something you want to see more of. And I will be keeping in touch with you here live on Dark Mythology's Facebook group. Okay, this is where I think I'll start to continue to do live streams, especially for exclusive content, where you guys can get to hear music before it's released. So thank you for all of those who have been a part of this journey. You guys are fantastic. Thank you, Cora. I appreciate it. It is a very vivid picture. And you know what? While we are at it, right, we should show you a little bit more on the artistic side, right? So many of you guys have seen the artwork for the Circle of Dead Children with the main website. But what you haven't seen are some of the unreleased pieces. So let me go ahead and show just a little bit of what is to come, right? So let me see. We got going to the visual arts. Homerik. I got to go through my entire library. Thanks, David. And yes, David, your imagery is fantastic. So let's show off a little bit of that, shall we? Let's go to, let's see, I'm going to open up the Circle of Heresy. So let's see if you guys can see this, right? There we go. This has been like one of my favorite paintings that David has created. It's so enthralling. My gosh. David, your use of color here is amazing, man. You know, when you look at it, you know, all the green and the red and the use of purple and teal really brings together like a wholesome picture here. So this being Heresy is the layer of infidels and heretics who have been, you know, damned to the nether portion of hell, where people in nether hell are damned for maliciousness, right? Once you're sort of reading Dante's Inferno, the first 5 sins, which are like greed, lust, gluttony, and those kinds of sins, these are what we call the sins of incontinence, or sins where you are not necessarily deliberately trying to be bad, but have committed them anyway. And souls who are in hell, in the inferno, they sort of justify for the reasons of why they did them. So they haven't really sort of accepted before death what happened to their actions. And here in Heresy, we just pass the threshold of people who committed sins but didn't necessarily had evil intentions, towards now sins of people who definitely did have evil intentions. And this is the first layer of that. And in this case, we're looking at the heretics who worship the demon Leviathan and Satan, of course, within the temple of Leviathan. And Leviathan is actually a symbol for envy. And in this case, it's sort of an envious approach to the unity of what the church had in the real world, not the hellish underworld. And also a symbol of heretics. Leviathan has been known in history to be not just of envy, but also of heresy. Baphomet, who is the demon that you see in the back with the eyes that are glowing right at the top. Baphomet is a very interesting kind of demon because back when we had the Knights Templar, Baphomet was sort of a demon that was criticized as being the Templars' lord. That's who they would worship, or that's what they would try to pin on the Templars. So you kind of see now also Baphomet's connection to heresy here, where Knights of the Templar, who were supposed to be like holy knights and stuff like that, at one point they were disbanded, if you want to call it that. Yeah, I don't know how much into conspiracy theories you guys are, but yeah, this was a symbol that had sort of given them great peril for many years. And at the bottom, you see the heretics that are worshipping Baphomet. And there's your Capra demon right on the bottom right. So sort of the, how would you say, embodiment of Baphomet, who is, in this case, a Capra or a goat, male figure, sort of humanoid goat. And the heretics, they bear these Nazi symbols. I really like the one that actually doesn't quite do that. Actually wears a peace symbol. It's a little favorite part of mine. That was David's idea. But this is, within the story, Dante's hell. And Dante actually is not a very good person in the beginning of all of this. Dante is actually a Nazi soldier who does go to hell. So this is a reflection of Dante's experiences in life. And so a lot of the Nazi symbolism will be present in the Circle of Dead Children as a reminder that Dante's past of being a Nazi soldier still grips him very strongly. So there's a little bit of background story for you here. Maybe next time I'll talk a little bit more about some of the other paintings. You guys let me know. But, you know, this is going to be moving together with the music, right? And, of course, the story will go along with that as well, where we have Jonathan Kruk narrating the whole story. And my goal is to take that story and do it and mix it in Dolby Atmos. So you guys get a full 360 binaural sound experience with it. And it feels like you're in the movie, and not just listening to a guy talk about a book. You know, so that's a big part of all of this. Of course, right now the focus is to finish the music and the album, which is a huge part. I mean, this is what Homerik has, you know, made its grounds on. It's making music, and that's what most of you guys know Homerik for. But you're going to see a new side to all of this, right? Which you're already getting a glimpse of now. This being the story itself, the artwork, and the music that goes along with all of that. So it's a truly three-dimensional piece of a project. It's not just an album. It's not just a painting. It's not just a story. It's all three, and more. You know, hopefully this will become bigger than what I intended already to be. But this is the beginnings of something much grander. And while I'm on the topic of Jonathan Crook, I mean, we've been still working on Purgatory, which is the sequel to The Circle of Dead Children. So while I'm still very much trying to finish this album, it seems fate has me to continue the writing before I'm even finished with this freaking guy. So we'll see a lot more content beyond this, and Purgatory looks to be like such a really, really cool version. Now, the original Purgatory is not as, talking about Dante Alighieri's Purgatory, it's not as exciting, right, as Inferno. That's why the Inferno's sort of like the one that's remembered the most. But this is a modern take on the Inferno. And as a person who's been very inspired by things like video games all my life and movies, I want to turn it into like a freaking thriller, you know? So Inferno, Purgatory, and Heaven, we're going to get to all of those. And Purgatory is looking really, really cool right now. Lots of action, lots of twists and turns, and the relations within the characters, I think, goes even deeper than what we're doing here in the Inferno. And I cannot wait for you guys to read, listen, and see the entire thing together, all in one. It's going to be phenomenal. Okay, guys. Well, there you have it. Thanks for joining me for today. Next time, we will take a look at more art. I will describe what's behind that piece of art in the story. And we will listen to probably a little bit more of The Circle of Dead Children, okay? So, that being said, have a great day, and I will see you next time. Ciao.